students, in this video we will learn about constructors and destructors, how they can be used in C++ with the examples of programs created in the C++. We will learn about constructor and destructors. First of all, the constructor are the special class functions which perform the initialization of every object. Okay, so it guarantees that every object will be should be initialized, or in other words, the compiler calls the constructor whenever the object is created. Means the compiler will call constructor automatically when the object is created. Whenever the object is created, it will be called. The constructor will be called. So constructor initialize the value to the object members, and after the storage is allocated to the object, the storage is allocated to the object. So remember one thing, whenever you create a variable, the storage is not allocated at that time. When the object is used, object is initialized, then the memory is allocated. So here is an example you can see to how to create an object. So there is a class name, let us say A, and this is the access specifier, and here we created a function, its function or a method, its name is also the same as the class name. So it is a constructor. In the constructor will work like a function. You can make any code there. Okay, so while defining a constructor, you must remember that the name of the constructor, as I already told you, the name of the constructor will be the same as the name of the class, and the constructor will never have a return type. So there, as you can see, this is no return type for this function. So because it is a constructor, and the constructor can be defined as either inside the class definition or outside the class definition using the class name and the scope resolution. Scope resolution you can also create in this way using the scope resolution operator. This is the scope resolution operator, if you don't know. Okay. So the first method is to create a constructor like this, and another one is like this. If you, this is the, you can declare the constructor, and you can define the constructor later using the scope resolution operator. So first I tell you what type of the constructors are there. So first one is the default constructor, second one is parameterized constructor, and the third one is copy constructor. So in this video we will learn about default and parameterized constructor, and we will create a separate video on the copy constructor. So here is an example of the default constructor. You can default constructor. What is default? Default constructor is the constructor which doesn't take any argument and has no parameter. What type of parameter will be, what type of the constructor will be this? Oh, let me tell you. So as you can see, this example, here I created a class cube and created a constructor of same name. So there is, as you can see, there is no argument are there and no parameter. Means this constructor is blank, like a simple function. Here I declare side equal to 10, and I created an object of class cube where I print c dot side, where side is equal to 10, that is a part or a member of this constructor. So it will return what will be the output, its output will be 10. So this is the default constructor where you don't find any argument or parameter inside this. Now let us go to the parameterized constructor. So parameterized constructor, or what, they are the constructor with the parameter, or in other words, using the constructor you can provide different value to the different members of the different object by passing the appropriate value of an value as an argument. As you can see, I created a constructor named cube. Hello. So here I create a cube, a constructor which name is cube, and I create a parameter or declare a parameter inside this. So it can take a value of integer type. So there is a main function, and as you can see here I create a object of cube class C1 where I declare 10, 20 and 30, and just I use dot C1 dot side, C2 dot side and C3 dot side, and so it will print 10, 20 and 30 in place of x, because the value of x will be 10, 20 and 30 in this case. So there is the example of parameterized constructor. Now we will see, can the constructor can the constructor be overloaded or not? Yes, just like another member function, constructor can also be overloaded. How? So in fact, when you have both default and parameterized constructor defined in your class, you are having an overloaded constructor. Exactly, you can create two constructor with the same name, make one as a default constructor with the no parameter and another one with the parameter. So you may enjoy or you may experience the constructor overloading in C++. As you can see, it is cleared by this example. Here I created a class name student, and there are two variables here declared. So here I created the first constructor of name student, where I use one pass the one argument int x, where roll number equal to x, name equal to none. I just put a name equal to none. Here another I created another constructor of student name, same name. You can see there are both of name are same, but the signature are different. Just like function overloading, their signatures are different, so you can experience the constructor overloading. So here I declare two arguments are there, so both are same, both signature are same. Now how will they be used? So in the main function, let's see, here I declare student A and then 1. Here I pass only one value, and here I pass two values. So when will I pass one value, it will call this constructor, and will pass two values. First one is integer and a string, so it will call this constructor. So they can be identified separately while having a same name, but because they have different signature. So there are this all about constructor overloading. Now we will see what are destructors. Okay, just like constructor, there are the destructor. Destructor are the special class function which destroy the object as soon as the scope of object end. Means just like an object that is created, and once it meets its life, means there is no work assigned for an object, and when the object is not useful for us, we can destroy it. So how can you destroy it? You have to use destructor. The destructor is called automatically by the compiler when the object goes out of scope. So it is a kind of request for the compiler that will be automatically executed by the compiler. So what is the syntax for creating a destructor? Here you can see I created a class, and just like just using this sign, and then the constructor name. Constructor name means just like constructor, you just like you declare a constructor, just put this sign. It is printed by clicking shift plus the key earlier with the one numeric one. Okay, so you can create this, and now you can put your statement, whatever the statement you can put that you want to run after or sorry, before ending the constructor, the last statement in the life of the constructor will be put in this area. Okay, so here now you can see the example of a destructor. So we have a simple class A and a constructor and destructor. We will create an object of the class and see when a constructor is called and when a destructor get called. Okay, so this is the construction calling in this chapter, and in this area you can see destructor is called. So now let us move to the main function. Here I create obj1 object1. So whenever I create an object, the constructor will be called automatically, and when it is ended, mean the scope of the object is ended, the destructor will be called automatically and it will destroy this and save some memory. So hope you enjoy and understand the constructor and destructor. In the next video we will learn about copy constructor, because it's a different topic and some bigger topic. So stay updated and stay notified. Thank you for watching.